Welcome back, crafty friends. Lacey here, the cheeky bum, and I'm coming on with a little tutorial today on how I make my little mini vellum rosettes. These are about 1.5 inches, and I find them super easy to make. I do use my Cricut because I like to use vellum, and when you're scoring or using dyes on vellum, sometimes it can rip the vellum because it's a fragile material. So I prefer the Cricut because they fold so nicely with the little slits in there. And I've had multiple people ask me for a tutorial. So this is my Year of Cheer hop. Granted, it's a little late. I was down for quite a few days with a migraine, but I'm here now and I'm making them. These are not Christmas colors because I was down with a migraine and I'm still working on swaps. So I'm making these for a swap. So these are the colors I'm going to be making today. If you have any questions, let me know below. But if not, let's get into it. The cup file I have has many different types of rosettes, but I prefer just the classic scallop circle when I'm making them small. They just turn out the best for me. Helpful hint, make sure you have everything attached, like your little cut lines. Otherwise, your cut lines will try to cut separate and it's not going to cut right. So just when you're downloading it from Silhouette, make sure everything is attached. I cut 2 at a time, and I have it measured at 8.07 by 1.62 inches. That's just what I cut every time, and it's saved. I also do make sure that I select vellum paper and just the standard cut. I don't do any I just do default. I don't do more pressure or anything like that, and it cuts perfect. I do prefer a light stick mat or a regular mat, and it works good for me. All right, now when you pull them off of your mat, pull them off carefully. Depending on how sticky your mat is, this vellum can rip very easily. And then you just have, I don't know if you can see the little score marks. And I just take a side and they just fold so easy. I just sit and do this to all of them. I try to batch mine, obviously, in big batches. And I just sit and do them all at once. All right, so now it's all done. I have all of these, and I'm going to do them all at once. I use Barely Arts glue, but you can use whatever glue you want. I tried to do fast dry glue for this, and what you do is I just kind of run like a really thin layer. Like I kind of smear it with the nozzle a little bit. And then go like this. I like to pinch mine. I don't like to do hot glue just because I feel like it doesn't stick well, and vellum can kind of curl when you glue it. So that's why I do a pretty thin layer, and I just use my tweezers and I just pinch and make sure that it's got a good grip. Put it aside and move on to the next. Okay, so now that you have all of your rosettes glued, I just use this hole punch. I don't know what size this is. This is from Hobby Lobby. I want to say it's like a 1/2 inch. No, it's over 1/2 inch, so it's not quite 3/4 of an inch. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/8. I don't know. But anyway, it's from Hobby Lobby, and I just punch all the holes, punch holes, punch all the circles I need. You can use glitter, you can do hearts, but I find I just kind of color coordinate with the rosette because most of the time they're going to get covered up anyway. You're going to use them in embellishments or something like that. So yeah, I just kind of color coordinate. I'm going to do pink first, so I have my pink little circles. And this is what I like to do. I like to take a lid, a circle, something that I can fit the rosette in so it stays put and it turns out perfect every time. These are from the Dollar Tree. They come in like a pack of 4 and they have these little containers in them. I think it's a pack of 4. It's like a little grid box and these are in there. I don't know if I don't have it handy, but it's a little grid box. I think it's 4 or 6 and it has these little circles in there and I just have little like flower centers, little jemmies in there right now. And I keep this on my desk and I take my rosette and I just pop it in and it turns out perfect. I have quite a few different glue guns, but I know that this one is not fully charged. So we're going to use this one today. And then, so I just pop it in. Put my little glue dab and pop my little circle on. Oops. Hold it for a second. Pull off any little glue strings that you might have. You can use a heat gun too, and like it will melt all your little glue strings. And then it just comes right out. Turn it over and do the same thing. And it goes so fast. And they turn out perfect every time. The only thing that's not going to be perfect is if your circle is slightly wonky, but you know, it's all right. See? So easy. This is my favorite size to do. I don't know. They're just little. They work perfect for embellishments. I like making little things. If you've been around here for a little bit, you'll see. If you can't get it to lay down nicely, just kind of re-scrunch. And stick it in your circle. It's so easy and I love making them. They look good. Everybody likes receiving my rosettes, so I like the vellum. It folds nicely. It gives it a nice added look, but you can use this cut file for anything. And there's multiple different cut files, so don't think that you have to buy the one from the Silhouette store. I just had Silhouette credit, so that's why I bought that one. If it ever tends to get stuck to the glue, just kind of tap it and it should pop out. Just like that. Flip it over. Add your glue. So simple. So I have done this with like pattern paper too, and it folds nicely still because of the cuts that the Cricut does. I just prefer vellum, and usually when I'm making little rosettes, I usually prefer solid colors for whatever reason. That way you can use it with whatever paper collection you want. And yeah, they just turn out so cute. I will link the Silhouette file down below. I'm sure that there is a Cricut Design Space file. I'm positive there is. But again, this is what I use. And I'll link the Vellum. The Vellum is from Amazon. I'll link that down below. I'll link my 2 glue guns too. This one is nice, but I found that the charging port is very finicky. I really like this Dremel glue pen. It works great. It is on the pricey side, but I really, really like it. And again, I can link this too, but this is just from Hobby Lobby. So perfect little rosettes, and I feel like they're like my specialty now. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.